I see in the first teaser for Star Wars Episode 9? Let me think about that. You know what? We'll save that for a discussion later. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's the Resistance Broadcast. We are here with you to talk Star Wars as we always do. Thank you so much for joining us, being a part of the Resistance. My name is John Hoey. We have James Bainey and Lacey Gillerin coming up, but we need to let you guys know that the Will of the Force is here with 5 topics. And again, we are going to have a discussion on what we think we may see in the first teaser for Episode 9, using reflections on past teasers, maybe some guessing on what the story may be about. It's going to be a fun discussion, so thanks so much for joining us today. And of course, we're going to end it all with your tweets in Resistance Transmissions. James, Lacey, guys, how you doing? What's going on? Happy Thursday.
It has been a week since Thanksgiving, but I still have pumpkin pie and turkey left over, believe it or not. It's still sitting around. It's still sitting in the fridge. Are you guys pumpkin pie or pecan pie or apple pie, I guess?
Apple?
Pumpkin.
I'm straight pumpkin, man. I won't even touch the other stuff. That's fine on another day. This is Thanksgiving. We're doing pumpkin pie. It's got to be whipped cream on the top.
Yep. I like apple pie with maybe a little ice cream, maybe a little bit.
Oh, that's true.
That's because Johnny's all-American. He's got to have that apple pie.
That's just like when I get back from a baseball game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. After I'm done throwing around bales of hay and chopping wood, I come in and eat a nice big slice of apple pie. And
whoa, you can't talk about chopping wood anymore on a Star Wars podcast because it's canon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is.
I don't even want to get into how weird and stupid that is, but there you have it. It's almost like they're like, let's see how much we can get away with before everyone's just like, what the hell's going on, guys? They're like, let's have Han chopping wood and Leia drooling over him. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, shocker.
Yeah.
Shocker. All right, guys, we have a great show today, in my opinion. The Will of the Force has some cool topics that last week James said these ones are so easy for me to just make my answers on. So we'll see. I tried to push the envelope a little bit, and we'll see what he has to say this week. And again, our discussion, Episode 9 teaser. So we're going to give our take on that in a little bit and the Resistance Transmissions. But James, where is Cheer It? Let's fire up the Will of the Force. Get this thing cracking.
I fear nothing, for all this as the Force wills it.
Yeah, we got some good ones this week, John. I do think you kind of kicked it up a little bit. These ones are a little bit harder to kind of piece through and
James,
sort through.
I have to admit something, okay? Last week, we debuted our Kessel Run for the 12 funniest moments in Star Wars, and I listened to it again, and I watched the clips of those moments. Speaking of Cheer It Anyway, that is probably the funniest moment in Star Wars to me. When they put the bag over his head and he goes, "Are you kidding me? I'm blind." So I think you may have picked the best, the funniest, at least as I look back on it. So yeah.
Can we retroactively make it a Star Wars war so that I won?
No.
Yeah, there you go. Although I still like my guy who pretended he was writing stuff down as Vader walked by, and that was like, is he gone? All right. So, proceed. Sorry, man. I had to give you credit on that.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
That scene makes me laugh so much.
Well, I'm giving it right back because these ones are a little bit tougher. And let's just get started because we got 5 here, and they're pretty good. So we're going to have some discussion. First one up is, will we ever see Broom Kid again in Star Wars? And since this is vague, I'm going to go with the vagueness of it. I think you have to imagine at some point somewhere somebody's going to say, let's go back to this character. Let's just see what he's up to. Where did this go at some point, whether it be like a comic or somewhere in a book. What's his name? Tell him Blag, I think. Tell him.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something Blag. But yeah, he is not going to be important in Episode 9. He's not going to be important to the overall story, I wouldn't imagine. But I think at some point somebody's going to go, fans really latched on to Broom Kid. So I think if we told just a little bit more of what he's up to, because they did, like in the novel and stuff, they kept going back to that character. He shows up in the movie earlier. He just doesn't get the notoriety. He gets that background character. Then they put a lot of focus in that last scene. So that's how you end the movie. So he gets a lot of recognition there. Lacey, are you on the same page with me? Do you think they're going to bring him back one way or another? We're going to see his face again?
Yeah, I think we will. I think, if anything, we'll probably see him as like a Jedi student if they ever bring back a Jedi type school. I don't think we're going to have anything focused on him in episode 9, but I could see something after the fact.
So, John, I'm going to give you a two-part because Lacey went into something. Are we ever going to see him again? And if we see him again, is he going to actually be like Jedi related?
It's funny, they show us like a montage and they show like new Padawans practicing with their little mini lightsabers, and he's sitting there with a broom still, like making the noises like pyong, pyong, pyong. No, we're not seeing Broom Kid again. That was a one and done type of metaphor that there are other people out there type of thing. And I think more people were like, why did it was a perfect ending showing everybody on the Falcon. Why do we have to show this kid? So yeah. JJ's probably like, I'm good. And I don't know if he's that important for them to be like, remember Broom Kid? Here's a comic run with Broom Kid in it. So I'm just going to be contrarian and say we will not see Broom Kid again.
We saw him in Canto Bight, the book. The book Canto Bight.
I did not read Canto Bight the book, so I did not know that.
I'm just saying, but that's not The Last Jedi or The Last Jedi novelization.
I mean, it would make sense. Yeah. Who else was there? Let's throw them in.
Yeah. Actually, that story was more about the
lizard guys?
Horse keeper. No, the horse keeper guy that runs in on them at the last second. Yeah, it was actually kind of his story. Let's move on to the next one. We saw it recently in the Vader comics with Momin, but will Resurrection ever be used in a major Star Wars release? So theatrical film, live action series, animated series, something like that. John, I'm going to go to you first. What do you think? Momin? He's bringing people, or he's being brought back himself
via a mask. It was like Jim Carrey all over again. I want to say no, but I know that they're really going to open the door to all brand new Star Wars storytelling after the saga, the Skywalker saga. And I wonder what the Old Republic's going to have in store for us if they delve into that. So, although I don't know that I like this at all, I think we will. But in a very, not like, here's how to resurrect people so everyone can do it type of thing. It'll be like a one person, and I'm not saying it's like Darth Plagueis or anything like that, but here one person's going to come back and they'll be able to do it in this one way for this one person. So I'm going to say yes, solely because I know there's going to be a lot of different new Star Wars storytelling happening down the line.
Lacey, what do you think on this?
I'm going to say no, they will not, because I hate this storytelling, resurrection, dreamscape stuff.
So Lacey's saying Nomin.
No Dameron.
No Dameron.
Okay. Yes, they're going to do this. The reason is, well, number one,
I know why you're saying it.
Well, they've already done it. Besides,
no, I know, but they've done it additionally?
Yeah, so Ahsoka died and was brought back to life.
Well, that was time grab.
No. She died on Mortis, and they brought her back to life using the soul
CPR.
of the father.
Oh.
Yeah. No, but that was
CPR.
One way to do it. She was killed, and then they came up with a method or using the Force in some degree to bring her back to life and kind of like replace her.
I just feel like Resurrection is one of those like lazy writing things. Like, it was all a dream.
Very Marvelian.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing too is that they've gone into
for episode 9.
Well, no, but they've gone into how the Force ghosts they start off by just kind of being the soul, and then as Qui-Gon learned it more and more and more, they developed that he was able to return to his full physical body. So okay, well, Qui-Gon could come back at any time if they ever wanted to, because he's already been able to fully make himself a physical body. So
can you get to the real reason why you think this is going to happen? And it's because of
that
your
is
pitch. No,
because they've already done it.
It's because of your pitch for episode 9.
What does he
Super
want, Kanan
Shredder
to
Vader coming back.
No, but
just
here's the
kidding.
thing: is that if is it possible that Mark Hamill could show up not as a Force ghost but as a fully fleshed character? Yes.
No.
It's possible, but then I agree, it's getting a little dicey.
So as of now, where we are right now, do we
people
think
just
that they're ever
die?
going to do resurrection in any sort of form in future Star Wars properties? Yes, I think it's very possible that we could just see Luke how he is. And
To be
like,
fair, I say that, and then if Kylo
there's
dies, I'm
so
like,
much
resurrect
I've
him!
learned. There's so much I've learned from Ben and from Yoda, and I guess he hasn't seen Yoda in a while, but there's so much that I learned in this period, about how to come back as a Force ghost.
James Boba Fett crawls out of the Sarlacc. He's like, I'm resurrected, baby. I'm back.
Yeah. Plus so many other options. I'm sure they're at some point ever going to cover this stuff in live action or TV or animated at least.
Definitely.
Let's move on to the next one. Will the continuation of Ezra's story be the next Star Wars animated feature? So that could be a series or a movie. I'm leaning towards the movie thing, and I'm going to say there's no way. They wouldn't do that. That wouldn't make sense in my opinion. But John, what are you thinking on this? Are you thinking that the next animated movie could be a Rebels finale sort of thing?
I do. Because I think they tried new storytelling with the Resistance, and I don't think that's a huge fan favorite right now. I think there are people who do like it. It is weird to me that they're airing that thing at 10 p.m. Even though it does, the app's available. I don't know if kids are really seeing this thing or not. I don't know what their angle is with that. So I think they may take a step back and be like, well, we have this story out there still, and we need to kind of wrap it up. So I think once episode 9 gets fleshed out and people realize that DJ was not, in fact, Ezra, they will bring back his story and finish that with Thrawn in some way. Because we did hear Timothy Zahn kind of brush off what's going on with your next Thrawn book, and I think it's because they're leaving it open as to what happened with them at the end of Rebels. So to me, it makes sense to finish that story. They're finishing Clone Wars, so let's go back and finish Ezra's story. So you got Clone Wars finishing. Who knows how long Resistance runs? I think it may be a very short run. So I think the next one they'll bring back Ezra and finish that story too. So I'm going to say they will.
Yeah, I'm really not thinking of it from a series point of view. I'm thinking of it like what they did with the Clone Wars movie, and they put it in a feature film in an animated form.
Yeah, I'm just saying, is the next animated thing they do going to be Ezra's story? And I say they will.
Yeah, maybe. But I want to hear what Lacey has to say about this. What do you think, Lacey? Do you think that they would do Ezra's story as a feature film, or do you think that it's just like the next animated thing they do?
I think that they're going to finish Ezra's story as a movie. And I think they left it so much up in the air that they have to finish it. I don't think they can not do, they can't just not do something. But I don't think they're going to do a full series. I think they'll just do a movie.
Will it be the next one, though? That's the question.
I think it will be the next thing that they do.
How do you get people to watch that if they didn't watch 4 seasons of Rebels?
Thrawn.
You could cut together a really good trailer to get people involved.
Like, just how we always say bringing animated characters to the feature films would be like, look, we don't have to explain 4 seasons of where this character's been. We just say, hi, I'm a new character. My name is Ezra. And people who know would know who that person is.
Right. They
like
made
Saw Gerrera,
movies for Sailor Moon.
He just was a
that you
new
didn't-
character.
Right, but they made movies for Sailor Moon, feature-length movies that you didn't need to know anything about the show before they made the movies.
But
and it could be a
were
movie
they
just
were
for
they
the streaming
like
service. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah. So there's that. Would you guys want to go on to the next one?
Let's do it.
All right. This one's tricky. There's a lot of options here. Will these characters be with the Resistance, the First Order, or are they going to be like a free-for-all DJ, whichever side is working the best, or neither in episode 9? So we have Naomi Ackie, Richard E. Grant, Matt Smith, Keri Russell, and Billy Dee Williams, who will clearly be on the First Order. I don't even know why he threw that in there. No, if I'm going to do the list real quick, I'm going to say all of these are going to be Resistance except for Richard E. Grant.
So you think, okay, interesting.
Yep. Naomi
Lacey,
Ackie, Resistance.
I know
Richard
Lacey
E.
already
Grant,
has
First
her
Order.
leanings on some of these, so I want to hear Lacey's rundown of this.
Naomi
Matt,
is
Keri,
definitely
and
resist.
Billy.
Naomi's definitely Resistance. We saw pictures of her with Finn and Poe. I think Richard E. Grant is going to be Resistance. I think Matt Smith is going to be First Order. I think Keri Russell is going to be First Order. And I think Billy Dee Williams will be Resistance.
Yeah, so we're swapping Richard E. Grant and Keri Russell, and then we just disagree on Matt.
So Lacey, are you still on, when you say First Order, are you still saying she will be a Knight of Ren?
That's what I want, and that's what I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because some people differentiate First Order with what's going on with Kylo and the Force, his Force element, his like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No,
So-
I think she's going to be a Knight of Ren.
Okay. So I think Naomi Ackie is probably going to be Resistance. Richard E. Grant.
I'm going to change one of my answers. Just
I think
for fun.
so many people are saying that he is going to be Darkseid, that he's probably going to be someone.
That's
in
what
the
I
Resistance.
said. That's why I said Resistance.
He's probably going to be someone who knew like Lorsan Tekka or something like that. I think Matt Smith is definitely going to be First Order. I think Keri Russell is going to be. Oh god, that one's so tough. Who the hell is she going to be? It'd be funny if she's just one of those people at a panel in the First Order that flips a switch and like that's it.
They made such
Like,
a big deal about her, though. I don't
what's her
think
name?
that'd
Xena,
be the
Xena
case.
the Warrior Princess, whatever her name is. She was like that type of cameo in The Force Awakens. She was there for like 2 seconds, so maybe she's doing that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
say
I don't
she's
think they'd make a big deal about Keri Russell if she didn't have at least a couple lines.
Yeah, they didn't like announce her as like this big character coming into the movie.
Right.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right, so I'm gonna
Xena.
say she's First Order, but I don't know about Knight of Ren. And Billy D. I wanted to see if you guys said he was gonna be like Rogue, where he doesn't want to be involved anymore. But you guys are both in cons with him just being.
He's a good guy.
So he's not gonna have a complicated arc. He's just gonna be like, "Hey, I'm Lando. Here, I'm back."
Yeah.
I'm here to help.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll join you guys and say that too then.
Yep.
I'm gonna change one of mine. Because
Yeah,
nobody.
you already...
No. Well, here's the thing: is I read it through and I was like, this is where I think they're lining up. But then I do remember he threw in the like a DJ or neither, just like additional characters that are relevant to the movie, but they're not really on a side. And I'm gonna say that'd be Matt Smith. I think Matt Smith is just going to show up and be a character that they have to like work with or deal with for a moment, but he's not Resistance. He's not First Order. He's just someone that is in the movie as a relevant character.
So James, that's you enabling your free will of the Force.
My free will of the Force. Moving on. We got the last one here. Will we see Star Wars Episode 10 within 10 years of Episode 9's release? So before 2030, which is for all the How I Met Your Mother fans, the year where we hear about how how the father met their mother. Yeah, so that was in 2030. In Episode 9 coming out in 10 years, basically, I don't know. I'm going to let you guys answer first. Lacey, what do you think? Do you think that they're going to go back to the well, Episode 10, so quickly? Relatively quickly, but that's quick, right? 10 years instead of 30 years?
Yes. I think they will make an Episode 10 within the next 10 years. I think we'll find out about it probably in the next 5.
Wow.
All right, John, what do you think?
I think so too. Just because these days,
It's
You're
money.
like, what a bold
Money,
statement,
money,
Lacey.
money,
I agree.
money.
I think these days, it's a very impatient world, and we see that in even these movies are 2 years apart as opposed to 3 years apart, and I could see them, Bob Iger being like, "Let's rile up the money machine again. Let's get it going." And I also threw a tweet out there recently. I was like, "What if at the end of Episode 9, like there's like a pile of rubble that lands on Kylo Ren, and they undig it, and all of a sudden he's just gone, and that's how the movie ends. He like vanishes." I think that'd be kind of interesting. So he doesn't die, he doesn't get redeemed. He just kind of vanishes, and then that opens the door for down the line. Like, do they continue it? So I'm gonna ride that for a little bit as a little fun type of speculation.
How is
theory.
that
So I'm gonna say
fun?
yes, Because it's interesting. It's what happened. Where did he go? Is he gone? Did he die? Did he disintegrate? Who knows?
I'm going to say no. They're not going to do this. Yeah. The reason is because there's so many other things out there. They're making TV shows now,
Right.
which are going to be fully fleshed out, high budgeted productions that are Star Wars that people are going to be really into, like multiple shows. They're making a Rian Johnson trilogy, and they're making a Benioff and Weiss series. Like, all of those things are going to be the cash cow for Star Wars for a long time. And even if those things, but those things are going to run dry around like 2025, 2028 probably. So by 2030, people are going to be asking about episode 10. But think about all of the things that we're going to want. Like, we didn't know about Rebels, but now we're talking about them doing another series that stems off of Rebels, right? Maybe Resistance ends really well, and we're like, oh, it'd be really cool if they did like a TV show with live action characters from the Resistance show. Like, it's going to stem off. Like, we don't even know what Rian Johnson stuff's going to be. Where are the offshoots of that series? What are the offshoots of the Benioff and Weiss series? Like, I just think there's going to be so much content in the next 10 years that episode 10 is going to be off the radar. And when they finally do bring it back, people will be anxious to revisit it. And I think that if Star Wars can survive over 30 years with no content, then with all the content that's going to be coming out, they're going to be like, we can push back episode 10.
And
we can make that hungrier. Maybe. But by that point, he'll be my GPS voice. So they can do anything they want.
You know what annoys me? And I know we got to wrap up the segment here, but like, I was thinking about you saying that Rian Johnson trilogy. Like, why are they being so goddamn secretive about this thing? Like, I know they've asked him, and he's like, "Yep, I'm still doing it." But like, Lucasfilm, just friggin' announce it. Like, you already announced it once. Like, tell us when it's coming out. I don't understand why they need to be so. It's not like they're giving away stories. Like, just say like in 2024, Rian Johnson's Part 1 is coming out. Like,
because they might not know that it's happening.
That's what I mean. So I'm starting to think like maybe this isn't happening. Like, just say something.
That's the only reason for not giving full information is because they don't want to have to retract that information.
And I know it's like being greedy and like a selfish, spoiled Star Wars fan, but like, I don't understand. I get the mystery box with stories because you don't want to reveal things, but you're right, Lacey. I do. That's why I think it's happening, because they're not sure whether it's going to go down or not, and they don't want to have to backpedal. So if you are making his trilogy, just tell us when you think it's going to start production or something. Like, I think they're too secretive over there, and I think fans get a little ticked off at that inside baseball. Like, if you're not inside our bubble, then you don't matter. Like, tell the fans what's going on.
I don't know that they're any more secret than any other studio. Sometimes people go like, "Hey, we're
dude.
doing it."
Even Marvel is like, in 2026, Ant-Man 3 is coming out.
But that's different. And
How
even
is
if
that
they
different?
did,
that's not different at all.
First of all, that's different because you're saying here's an example of when one studio does something, and I'm talking about the whole of Hollywood and just in general how they're like, hey, we're gonna make an Akira movie, and then like they don't freaking talk about it forever. Produced by Leonardo DiCaprio. All of that's fact.
No one cares about
New
Akira.
York.
How about that?
But what I'm saying is that sometimes they talk about these things that are supposed to be like high budgeted things, and we just don't hear about them for a very long time.
But they
with
officially
Star Wars
announced
just
it.
were rabid about
They
it.
officially announced. It wasn't like the Hollywood Reporter said Rian Johnson's making a trilogy. Lucasfilm said Rian Johnson is making a trilogy.
That's
and they
fine.
haven't said
That's the
one
kind of
thing
stuff
about it since.
Yeah, that's the stuff I'm talking about too. They make a lot of official announcements. There's a Space Jam official announcement for LeBron coming back. We haven't heard anything.
Nobody
since
It's starting
official
filming.
Jam, that's
They
why.
just announced the other day that they're going to start filming.
Oh, did they? Okay. Well, regards
In
my
California.
point, but it doesn't matter whether you think people care or not. That's the process. They make an announcement. They don't talk about it for a long time. We don't hear any more news until they have something that they want to show people. It's just that people aren't talking about those movies. We're talking weekly.
They've
twice
talked about making
weekly
a Dude, Where's My
about these-
Car 2? Where is it, man? Where's my car, man?
Anyway,
You're missing
so
the point. Yeah.
I think they will make a movie in the next 10 years.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Star Wars War. Where's Ryan Johnson's freaking trilogy?
Yeah. It's right on track, guys.
aggressive.
Don't even
So do you guys
worry about
think
it.
it's still happening? James, you think that's still happening?
Yes,
I think it's up in the air.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's up in the air too.
No, you always have to trust what they tell. They say, "Hey, we're doing this thing," and until news comes out says that they're not doing it, then you got to trust that it's happening.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
That's it, guys. That's
Don't
the
turn off
will
the
of the
podcast.
Force.
That's not it.
That's not it. We still have to talk about the episode 9 teaser trailer, and that's going to be a little crazy, I think, because it's going to be some pretty wild speculation. Don't take anything we say to heart, but let's get into it. This is our discussion, right?
Yep.
Obi-Wan once thought as you do.
That is correct. Speculating on what we'll see in the episode 9 first teaser. I think we're all kind of on board saying that we're speculating this may come out at Star Wars Celebration, following in the footsteps of episode 7's.
I think it might come
first
sooner.
teaser. Oh, yeah? Okay, we can get into that. But anyway, guys, Star Wars teasers and trailers have become events in themselves. People do reaction videos. People get crazy about it. We were first reintroduced to Star Wars movies when Finn's head popped up over a desert background on Black Friday about 4 years ago. Gasping for air, and the speculation began. Since then, we have seen many trailers for the 4 movies released since the franchise's return. So let's have some fun with this. What do we think we'll see in the first teaser for episode 9? And that at the very end, we will each guess a date when the title of the movie will be revealed. And we'll see who ends up being the closest. And then I guess we could also speculate on when we think we'll see the teaser. I was under the impression that we were all on board that it'd be at Celebration, but it sounds like Lacey has other thoughts. But let's get into that towards the end. First, guys, let's hop
Thanksgiving?
into this. Yeah. Last week. It's coming out.
Yeah.
World Between Worlds. So, guys, let's get into this and just have a fun discussion about this. What do we think we're going to see in that first teaser for episode 9? What's JJ and, well, mainly Disney with their cuts, what are they going to give us? Who wants to start it off?
I'll go. I think you're going to see Rey ignite her new lightsaber.
Ooh,
I think you're going to...
I like that.
So, with the other teasers, we've always started the teaser with someone breathing. First, it was Finn. Then it was Rey. I think this one's going to be Kylo Ren. I think he's going to be the one that's, like, coming back from either a vision or some type of scenario where he's like, and I think we're going to have Leia in the trailer. I think we're going to end with Leia. And I think you're going to see a lot of battle scenes, and some type of line where someone's like, this is it. Like, this is the moment we've been waiting. You know, like that stereotypical, like, trailer. Like, I feel like every trailer now has that line that's like, it's all up to you. And, like, this is your, you know, we need to fight for what's right, or, you know.
Right.
We're going to win this. Yeah,
absolutely. Without a title, it's tricky because we got the title for The Last Jedi. Then we got in the trailer Mark Hamill ending the trailer with, it's time for the Jedi to end. So the title hints to the story itself. If we only had a title, it would be easier to come up with.
Well,
let's
also,
say it was called All Out War, then
Yeah.
I could say, well, it'll probably end up with somebody being like, let's go. Like,
Didn't they say they said the title in Last Jedi? Or
Yeah,
they
but-
said The Last Jedi in Force Awakens? I can't remember.
Yeah, Snoke says that to Kylo Ren. He says, if the droid returns, then the Last Jedi will return.
Well, yeah, and it was also in the title, the crawl as well.
Right.
Skywalker: The Last Jedi. But I actually think she's right, though. So I think it was mentioned that the title of episode 9 is in the dialogue for episode 8.
You think so?
So I don't know, man. Again, I said don't go with anything we're saying as fact.
No, but I'm saying, like, what makes you think that?
No, I think I heard that.
Really?
That is ringing in my head. I think Lacey was saying the same thing. You're right about The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, but I do think that we had heard something recently that said It's already been said. The title for episode 9 has been said in or was that Avengers? Avengers 4 has been said.
I think
in
Avengers,
Infinity War?
but I wouldn't be
Maybe it
surprised
was
if they
Avengers.
did it again.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Star Wars
yeah.
Episode 9, The Shuttle Parkers. There they are.
Episode 9, Infinity War Part 2. Now we're getting crazy.
Yeah. So, Lacey, do you have a bold guess, something that is a very slim chance to happen in the teaser that you want to toss out there?
Bold statement.
Like a bold, like, oh, we'll see this, even though it's a slim chance, like that type of thing. Because I have one that I'm going to toss out there.
Rey and Kylo fighting together?
Together again?
Yeah.
Man, your wishes are at a...
Throne scene was the best scene in Last Jedi. Boom, roasted. Best scene. I will fight people on that.
Simpsons did it, though. We already saw it. Do we want to see it again? You know?
Or maybe not them fighting together, but them maybe fighting each other.
Oh,
This is
that's
their
not bold.
lightsabers.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's bold then. I expect that.
Bold.
Depends on
why don't you
how
tell
you
me your
look at
bold, and
Last
I'll answer
Jedi.
your bold with a bold.
Yeah.
Well, James, do you want to go with your predictions first?
Well, I liked what Lacey had about the Rey lightsaber thing. I think that we had talked about this a couple weeks ago, that the trailer would be a good place for her to light up the lightsaber, and then the movie would be a good place to reveal something like a double lightsaber.
Knights
if
of
they
Ren.
did that.
There's my bold statement. Knights of Ren will show up in the
Knights
teaser.
of Ren.
Okay,
Yeah, there you
now
go.
we're cooking.
All right.
Now we're cooking. Okay, I like that.
You're welcome.
I think the breathing Ren thing that you said you're going to hear breathing at the beginning, I think it's going to be Poe.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
If they're going to do it.
That's fair.
Which brings us back to Monday's conversation about the big three. I think you had Finn breathing at the beginning, Rey breathing in the second, and the last one is about the resistance and the triumph over the First Order. So it's going to be him breathing and being like unsurmountable odds.
I could
That's how
see
that
him
trailer's gonna
being
start.
in the cockpit of a new X-wing, breathing, flicking switches on.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, I like the idea of just setting the stakes of we didn't know how we were going to do this. You know, we were limited. We only had this, and then that kind of showing the scopes of what they have to go up against. Like,
you know what I just thought of?
A small group of people against like Star Destroyers and all sorts of stuff in the sky.
I'm thinking of specifically the moment where I'm like, the rallying moment, the Ready Player One, like where they call to all the planets to join in to fight.
Yeah.
Like, this is for us. Like, that's what you're going to see. Maybe not in this teaser, but in the full trailer, you'll see that moment of probably Finn. I would bet Finn is making that stand. Mm-hmm. I would bet that it's Finn.
My bold, I don't know how bold it is, but I think that last shot, it will show Mark Hamill, and he will be saying, I need to tell you the truth.
To Leia? Who is he speaking to?
To Rey.
Oh, they're gonna show who he's speaking to, right? And then it's
Well,
gonna be
I think in the final movie it would be he's talking to Rey, but I mean they might cut it like how they stuck out the hand and then they show Rey or whatever, but
see, I could see it being Leia and her being like, "This isn't over," and then you hearing Kylo's lightsaber turn on.
It could.
Yeah, could.
My thing was, I think that they still are aware that there are fans wanting answers with this third one. So that trailer being like...
I just had a joke in my head. I was like, JJ is going to come back and be like, it's purgatory.
But if people are wanting answers, then a trailer that says, we're going to answer those questions for you, whether or not they actually do...
Yep.
Is going to be a great way to market that film. So Mark Hamill showing up and they're like, oh, so he's back. I'm in. They didn't really kill off Luke. Cool. This is going to be awesome. What's he saying? Oh, you've heard stories. Now I'm going to tell you the truth. And you're like, now we're going to get those answers that we really wanted. Now we're going to see how it all went down.
Like it's time. Like now you're ready for the truth. That type of thing.
Yes. Yeah.
What if it's Kenobi?
What if it's Kenobi? What do you mean? What do you mean?
What if it's Kenobi's
I
voice
peeked on
saying
that.
that line?
Oh. I think
dead
they would
guy?
save that for
No, just kidding.
an in-movie
Mark
reveal.
Hamill's dead too.
Like kind of how they
Probably.
didn't show Yoda
Like a
in The
Yoda.
Last Jedi. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go through my guesses, my bold guess, and then I have a question for you guys. I want to pitch to you guys. So I think, you know how each movie had a trailer had a voiceover? I think Leia is going to be the voiceover for this trailer. Like the whole trailer, it's going to be her lines throughout the whole thing, not even just the end.
Yeah, she could totally be like,
who
I've been in this fight for however many years. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to use her, like some dialogue from her to like tell to voice, because Han did a bit of voiceover for the first one. Luke did voiceovers for trailers. I think it's Leia is going to definitely do some kind
Han
of
did voiceover for the first one?
Yeah, when he was the Jedi, it's all true.
yeah,
all
but
of
Luke is
it.
the one that did the initial, like, my sister
I think that's
has
just
it.
yeah, exactly. I would say Snoke was the very first
Yeah.
teaser.
Right.
There's been
Then
an awakening.
the Luke thing,
And then Han.
with the one she was just talking about. But I don't think it's Han. I think that's just a clip from the movie.
But it's an extended version of it. And they're showing all these different things to misdirect you. The Jedi, they're real. Like that line was never in the movie.
They're real.
it not?
All of it was in the movie. He says it's Rey.
He says it's true, all of it. He never says they're real. Like it's a different take on those lines.
Was it? Yeah.
But anyway, I do think they're going to use Leia to be the voiceover for this first teaser. I think it's going to catch people off guard and be like, wow, all right, they really are putting her in this thing without showing us too much. So I think they'll do it that way. I do agree with you guys. We are going to see her lightsaber because they're going to market the hell out of that thing and sell those things. I don't think we'll see the hilt. I think it'll be curious to see what the hilt looks like, if she used the influence from the Skywalkers or has her own cool looking thing. But we'll see the blade and we'll see the color, I think.
I think she's lighting up a double saber, guys.
In the trailer?
Saber. Yeah.
I also think...
Do you put anything on the leaks of single bladed blue lightsaber? Did you read that?
No.
No.
No? Okay.
I do think we're going to get teased with the destruction of the Falcon again, because they seem to always want to do that to us. So
John, don't be upset about it or anything.
I think we're going to see it like flying into something. We're going to be like, oh no, what's going on here? Is Chewie going to die? I hope not. I do also think we're going to get a quick shot of a prequel creature or an Ewok very quickly. And my bold prediction is that we're going to get a quick shot of Captain...
Ewok showing up in episode 9 isn't the bold prediction?
No. We're gonna get some.
All right.
We're gonna get some kind of creature that we've previously seen that we haven't seen in this trilogy yet, and we're gonna see it very quickly. And that's gonna be part of the whole galaxy coming back to fight. I do think my bold prediction is we're gonna get a very quick shot of Phasma in episode 9, and it's gonna blow everybody away.
What?
Yep. It's a bold guess. I mean, that's the whole purpose of making a bold guess. Like, it's probably
Yeah,
not gonna happen, but. It's a bold guess.
My thing is if they showed Phasma, I don't think people would be blown away. I think people would roll their eyes. I think people go, oh, she's still alive?
And then I would show up and just beat her.
Yeah.
You're dead.
So I want to ask you guys this question. Every trailer has misdirection in it. What do you think is one thing that they can try to get us with misdirection for an episode 9 teaser? What do you think that something that they could do to us?
So my example stands, actually. I think Luke coming out and say, I'm going to tell you the truth, leads people into thinking we're going to get answers about our parents and all this other stuff. And it's not going to be that.
Okay, so you're saying it's going to be a line taken out of context, not so much a trailer does a shot to another shot, making you think two things are together that aren't. That's the type of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I don't know, maybe they'll reveal that Luke, I don't know, maybe did know Rey or something. I don't hold me to that. I don't really think that's the case, but I'm trying to come up with something off the top of my head.
I think they're going to make it look like Kylo's fully bad, and he's not.
But her parents are in fact dead, but by saying something like, I'm going to tell you the truth, and it could be the truth about anything, it would lead people to believe that it might be an answer like, I really am your dad. That whole story of all this other stuff. I know, I'm just saying. That's what people think. Gosh, you guys are going crazy on me. I'm saying
First
other
clones,
people
now
think
he's
that.
Luke's raised dad.
For the record,
I'm not saying I believe
record,
that. I'm saying other people believe that.
For the record, James says this, and all I do is go like this. I say my bold guess is Phasma's going to be shown, and James goes, people are going to roll their eyes at that. So, I mean, I'm not coming at you, dude.
I am.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I just... Okay. Lacey, do you think that some people think that Luke Skywalker is Rey's father?
There's
do you think
no way people still think that.
There's no way people still
No
think
way.
that?
No way.
I think that ship did sail quite a bit.
All right, guys. Okay.
There is one thing I think we're also going to see that will be a big reveal that will upset people and shock people. Kylo Ren's going to have those Sith eyes in this movie. And we're going to see it in the trailer. We're going to see the yellow and red, and he's going to turn his head, and we're going to see it like Anakin because it's poetry and it rhymes. We're going to see that Sith eye, baby.
I could agree, but I don't think it's going to be in the trailer.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we're going to see it. We saw it in the trailer for Revenge of the Sith, right?
We did, but
My
that was
chest
because we
hurts.
already knew exactly where that movie was going. And
Kylo
they were
Ren goes
showing
full
you...
Sith, and his
My
scars
chest
are
hurts.
showing like now, like even more like at the end of The Last Jedi. Oh my God, that'd be so badass. And he's like surrounded by
No.
lightning.
No.
All right. So I like that. I like that. I like that. I'm thinking more about that. I'm liking this.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
All right, guys. So do you have any other things you think we may see that aren't necessarily integral to the story, but quick shots of things, scenery, characters, cool things?
A field
Yeah,
of
I mean,
stormtroopers running towards a field of a bunch of different types of characters and fighters.
Like an Attack of the Clones fighting, like a Braveheart type of thing?
Oh,
Or like
Gungans.
revolutionary... like a Revolutionary War thing, like the British soldiers,
Yeah.
and then like just a bunch of people with pitchforks and stuff, kind of an idea. Yeah, I could see that. I definitely expect to see new planets, some pretty visuals as well, you know, in the trailer. Like, I think they'll reveal a couple new places that they're planning on going.
Do you think they will tease us with a situation where one of our main characters looks like they're about to die?
I could see that happening with Rey.
Second, third trailer, maybe.
Okay, not the first one.
I think we're getting too into like what they could do with all of the trailers.
Sure.
But that first trailer just needs to be enough that's going to get us talking. By the point that the trailer comes out, we would have the title most likely already announced. They tend to give us the title and then later give us the title's never announced with the first trailer. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the title will be out before that. So let's get into
The
that.
title
then.
will be out then. So
James Baney, when do you think the title for episode 9?
How about title and teaser? Ow.
okay, sure. Because she wants to talk about the teaser
So
when
what
she thinks it's going to
exact
drop.
date do you think the title of this movie is going to come out?
Man, okay, just a little forewarning. I can kind of show this on camera. Like, I've been trying to do the math and separating every one of the movies, Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi, Solo, when their title was announced, when their first trailer came out, and when the film was released.
That's our first live look at a Baney map on the video version of the podcast.
And all of them seem to make sense. Force Awakens was only like a couple weeks before the trailer, but that's because the trailer was going to come out so far in advance that they did that. Last Jedi's was pretty standard. January release, April for the trailer, December for the movie. So that was all within 1 year. Solo was basically the same thing. October for the title, January for the trailer, and May for the release. So that was a real condensed version. And the crazy wildcard one was Rogue One. They announced the title for Rogue One on March 15th of the year before. So it was March 15th. Then the first trailer didn't come out until more than a year later on April 16th at Celebration. Then the movie came in December. So that was over a year in advance. So I'm going to go with the Last Jedi option, which is title in January, and I'll say January 16th.
Well, that's wrong.
And then the first trailer is going to come at Celebration in April, and the movie's going to come out in December.
That third one is a
lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty confident on that last one.
January 16th, Lacey.
Yeah. I think that you're going to get a title and a teaser a year from when the movie comes out, which will be December 15th to the 17th, right?
What did you say? Sorry.
So a year before the movie comes out,
I
you're
think
getting...
the date that the movie comes out, a year before, they're going to announce the title and they're going to give you a teaser.
So December 20th?
Is that when the next one comes out?
I believe so.
Yep, and I think that teaser is going to play during Mary Poppins, which comes out on the...
John, that's bold.
That is really bold.
That's really bold. Also, make a quick note. I'm changing mine to the 17th as opposed to
So-
the 16th because I think it's going to be a Thursday, not a Wednesday.
Mary Poppins comes out on the 19th. I guarantee it. A teaser will play before Mary Poppins for Star Wars.
Okay, that is bold. That is bold. I like it.
And I think a full trailer will be played at Celebration.
Okay.
So teaser in December, first trailer is Celebration, and then
Behind the
second
scenes
trailer
during
would
San
be
Diego.
behind the scenes during Comic-Con.
Nope. I take that back. Not San Diego. D23, which is a month later.
Oh, a month later. I guess maybe.
D23 is in August.
Really?
Yep.
A month later they drop that?
No. December is teaser and title. A year from now.
Yeah.
April. You
First
will get
trailer.
First trailer.
And you think
August.
that within a month
No,
later.
August
Oh, August.
is
Yeah.
D23, which is a month after San Diego.
So
they'll
Lacey
hold
thinks
on.
Oh, gotcha.
Lacey
Yeah, that
thinks
makes
we're getting
sense.
the title
Yep.
and teaser in like 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Wow.
And then you'll get a
She could be
behind
wrong.
the scenes. I could be wrong. Behind the scenes
No, I know. It's like instead of
reel,
saying
you'll
she
get
could
a
be
D23, which is in August. And then you'll get another final trailer October.
Okay.
During some
her
big
math-
sporting event at ABC.
It wouldn't be October. It would be September, November, I think. Early November.
All right. You guys ready for the
But-
truth?
Let us know, John.
I don't think
You've been talking to Jeff Lowe again?
either. No. I don't think either of you are right. I don't think I'm right either. But my guess is because I have heard J.J. Abrams does not like doing these things until after filming's towards the end or wrapping. So I'm putting this at the end of February for a title announcement. So I'm looking at, and because they've been, whatever reason, Star Wars has been news heavy on Fridays, I'm eyeing 2/22/19, Friday, February 22nd, 3 days after my wife and Lacey's birthdays, for the title reveal for Star Wars Episode 9, and our first teaser will follow the pattern of the last movie, and we'll see that at Star Wars Celebration on Friday, probably during our podcast panel. No, we'll see it at Star Wars. So I'm going 2/22/19 for the title announcement, and we'll see what color they pick. I'm guessing green for Star Wars is going to be in green, and I'm saying the first teaser at Celebration that Friday. And the movie's going to come out in December, I believe, of 2019. So we'll see if either of us are correct, and we're probably not, and that's okay. Anything else you guys want to put on this before we put a bow in this conversation?
Nope. But if Kylo Ren has Sith eyes, I will cry.
I would like to ask people to put in the comments what they think.
Meet me in the
I was
comments.
just about to say that, but yeah.
Meet me in the comments, baby.
Meet me
No, I'm
in
just
the
kidding.
comments.
I want title, teaser date, and well, we all know the release
Guys,
date.
what if we
so
do
that doesn't
this?
matter. Title and teaser date.
I'm throwing this out there. We have not discussed this before we got recording here. What if we do a giveaway where the closest listener pick to the date of the announcement of the movie wins something? We put together a giveaway package. What do you think about that?
Sure.
Yeah, and the place to enter is on the YouTube comments.
We could do a YouTube comment one. Should we do it for this video right here, right now? Comment below.
I would think so.
And yeah, just put your date. When will the episode 9 title be revealed? Go to the comments in our YouTube video right now or after you watch, whatever. Just do it, and you will be entered to win a giveaway from us. And we're not even sure what it is yet because we're just coming up.
Yeah, we
with
don't
it.
know what it is yet, but regardless of what it is, it's free.
Yeah, so if you don't do it, you're going to win nothing. And if you
It's
do
worth
do it,
the
you win
effort
something.
of typing something.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
All right, guys, and let us know. Of
It'll
course,
be good.
Let us know everywhere, Twitter, everywhere in the comments, what you guys think we're going to see in the episode 9 trailer teaser. And we'll talk about it, have a good discussion about it, and we'll revisit it as we get closer. Once the title's revealed, maybe we'll come back to the discussion and see if that influences us a little more. And keep looking and wishing and hoping for those Kylo Ren Sith eyes, because we all want it, right? No?
Nobody wants
Yes.
that.
Lacey's shaking her head. She's very
Nobody
upset.
wants that. She says nobody believes that Luke is Rey's father, and nobody, not a single person, wants Kylo Ren to be.
It's all or nothing.
Sith eyes,
It's all
the evil.
only Siths deal in absolutes. So maybe she's subconsciously hoping for the Sith eyes. Anyway, guys, that is the end of this discussion. We hope you enjoyed it. Our takes, our bold takes, our predictions, all that good stuff. We're excited about it, and we'll get it when we get it.
No one's
But
excited about that.
about the teaser? No one's excited about the teaser?
Nobody.
No, about Kylo Ren. Whatever.
I think everybody's excited about the teaser. Or nobody. It's one of those two things. All right, guys, time to move on to Resistance Transmissions. Lacey, what did they tweet this week?
All right, guys, it's time for Resistance Transmissions. We gave you a wacky, crazy situation, and we're going to read your answers. So what John wrote was, 4 years ago, we got our first glimpse of new Star Wars when Disney released a teaser entitled For the Force Awakens. What were your immediate thoughts / reaction to it and early speculation? The best one is still, everyone thought Kylo Ren was Luke. It's still hilarious.
Yeah, that was wild.
All right, so the first one is Sean Santarude at Rude Cold. How rude. And he says, for me, it was the shot of the X-Wings going across the water. I couldn't believe how good it looked, and it really whet my appetite. Oh, see what he did there? For what other beautiful shots, scenery, and characters the sequel could offer. Oh, this is like a feel-good one. I like this one. Mm-hmm. Great answer, Sean. Next is...
I'm with you. That was mine.
That was crazy.
That shot of the X-Wings, I thought that was just so unreal. I've talked about it before on the podcast, but it felt like fan fiction, like coming to life. Like, hey, this is a story. This is an idea that maybe somebody had written.
Because you'd never really
and
seen
we always
them
thought
across
that would be
water.
really cool. Yeah, but you hardly ever see them like, not even like really like not in space. Mm-hmm. Like you barely even see them like in air combat.
Right.
So to see them doing like crazy moves like that, I mean, it was just our dreams brought to reality. Very cool.
Agreed.
Very cool.
Next is Kylo 10 at Full Cremandor. And she said, the main thing I remember was thinking how cool Kylo's lightsaber was. I just remember the gif of like when Kylo lights it and like all these different things pop out.
Yeah. Yep.
The Swiss Army lightsaber.
Mm-hmm. Next is Jack DeFranco at JackWagon85. And Jack says, to me, this was the equivalent of Christmas morning. I just worked my last all-night Black Friday shift at my old retail job the night before and couldn't wait to wake up and see it. My jaw unhinged when the Falcon appeared on screen.
Oh. Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, and the main title hits. I got a little teary-eyed. I remember that because I was like, this is cool. This is new. They're new. Who's that? And then it goes black, and then bam, the main theme hits and you see the Falcon. I'm like, that's Han and Chewie. And I got a little teary up. Of course, it wasn't Han and Chewie, but I was like, oh my. And then it whizzed past the 2 TIE fighters. I was like, oh my God.
And you thought
so
Han was
cool.
flying it, and psych, he isn't.
He is.
Next is Blog of the Hut.
Well, before you move on, I relate with that as well because I was working retail at the time. And I watched it on Black Friday, and you don't get many breaks in retail on Black Friday. So I did something kind of abnormal, which was since my friend's house was so close, like we went to his house and got turkey sandwiches because his mom had them ready. And we watched The Force Awakens teaser trailer on his computer at his house. And we just like sat there and like, I could be wrong too. I was even thinking it was like, even like an old computer, like the round back, not even like, like a flat screen thing. But like, we're just sitting there watching it and we're like, oh my God. Like, it was just crazy. Yeah. But then we had to go right back to Black Friday. And it was like terrible. We just kept like looking at each other like, like throughout the rest of the day, like it's gonna be insane.
All right, next is Blog of the Hut at Blog of the Hut. Hey, Blogga. And Blogga said, weirdly, I remember being unimpressed with BB-8 by BB-8. I assumed he was some random CGI effect rolling across what we thought was Tatooine. So when they revealed him as a character and a practical effect, I was blown away. So this is a funny thing for me is I remember seeing this being like, oh, that robot's, the droid's so cool. But one of the coolest moments in that 2015 celebration panel was the moment they were like, our new droid is BB-8. And everyone was like, hooray, right? They just kind of like casually clapped. When they rolled that thing out, people lost it. They were like, wait, what? Because like everyone thought it was CGI. Psych, it's not. I got to hang out with him this year. It's not.
Didn't they have him like weaving in and out? Just like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, there's no way that would have had the same impact if it was like a R2-D2 rollout or like a person in a costume.
It was like
people would have been like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
but like
it was a lot of
BB-8 rolling out. You're like, how is that happening?
Cool. It was.
I don't even want to know how they make that happen. I want to keep that part magical to me. Like I don't need to know the inner workings of BB-8. He's just BB-8.
I almost just said it, so I'll keep it to myself.
I know how it happens. They've revealed that.
They didn't for a while, though. They kept it very under wraps for a while. Next is Eric McGelvray at Eric McGelvray 27. He's the 27th Eric McGelvray. And he says, I immediately showed my son, who was 2 and never seen Star Wars before. By the end of the day, he was chanting, Star Wars, Star Wars. Proud dad achieved.
Nice.
Oh, what a fun moment.
Good job, Eric. You're a good dad. Good job.
Next is Jordan Delgadillo at Delgadillo Art.
What is up?
Jordan says, I cried and literally watched it like 20 times in a row. I thought Finn was going to be a stormtrooper who realized he was force sensitive while still in the order and would have to escape, LOL. Parenthesis, I still think that would have been really cool. Parenthesis. I agree. I feel like when they had the trailer where he lights the lightsaber, I was like, all right, yeah. Ultimately, Rey getting it was an awesome moment for me, and I loved it. But I don't know, I kind of wanted Finn to be force sensitive. I thought that would have been cool. So I kind of agree with that.
I thought Oscar Isaac was Rogue 2 for the longest time. We talked about that in our things we thought. I was like, oh, that's the guy from Hoth. Oh, yeah, they're bringing back the old people.
Right.
What? That guy's dead.
And last but not least is Trash Buddha at Ronin Sohai. And Trash, what up, Trash, says, I just remembered shaking, ... literally shaking. And when the Millennium Falcon shows up and the Star Wars music kicked in, I started cheering, smiling, and crying. It honestly may have been the most magical moment of my life, my lifelong Star Wars fandom.
Nice. Yeah, I think
Nice.
I share those sentiments. I remember getting teary-eyed, and I'm like, a trailer making me teary-eyed? It's only Star Wars.
Yeah, I screamed. I remember screaming.
Yeah. Very
Well,
cool.
That's all we have for this week. If you want to be on the show, keep an eye out on Twitter at RBATSWNN. I have to spell it out in my head. And we'll give you a crazy situation every week, and then you tell us what you think. This one was really heartwarming. I feel really good right now. But yeah, and just hashtag Resistance Transmissions. Back to you, John.
All right, thanks, Lacey. And I know a bunch of the folks that were just made the Resistance Transmissions are patrons of ours, so thank you guys for your support there. And speaking of that,
It's a
guys,
Patreon. Got it.
It is. And if you guys haven't checked it out yet, go to patreon.com/resistancebroadcast. In addition to your free episodes of the podcast every Monday and Thursday, we have new exclusive stuff, videos, fun content on there. More coming. I know we have a commentary going up there for the Phantom Menace that we're recording. And a lot of stuff. Polls, giveaways, exclusive giveaways for you guys. Tons of stuff. Every day we're looking to put stuff on there. And you could join to just get the access to the page itself for just $2 a month. So we appreciate you going there. Check it out. If you dig it, sign up. We appreciate the love and support. You guys can subscribe to us. As always, the podcast will always be the same. That has not changed on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube. Go to StarWarsNewsNet.com for all of your latest news, reviews, editorials, information, and more. Check out our store on tpublic.com/user/resistance broadcast. About 40 different designs on there, from t-shirts to stickers and all kinds of stuff you can pick up. They have a lot of sales on there often, and our new logo's up there too. You guys can find me on Twitter at Johnny Hoey and writing and editing over at Star Wars News Net. James, how about you?
You can find me in Lacey Gilleran's timeline on Twitter. I'll be the one that has the eye-rolling gif every time she posts about Kylo Ren, or, some sort of how they're not going to have Sith eyes comment. And I'm just, look for the eye-roll gif, and then I guess you could click on it. It'll say Admiral Trunks right next to it. So
I dig that. Lacey, how about you?
My chest seriously hurts thinking about him being a bad guy.
How is that? That's what blows my mind. How people are.
You can find me looking up
He
the
just
definition
wants
of
belonging.
a problem.
He wants to feel like he's loved.
Man,
Yes.
a murderer on trial would love Lacey being on the jury.
Okay,
There's
first of
no
all,
way
no.
Romeo is going to die in that play. He just wants to love Juliet.
Episode 9 could be called The Death of Villain Kylo Ren. And Lacey would be like at the end, I did not see that coming. I can't believe they killed him. Oh, boy.
Guys, you can find me on Twitter at Lacey Gilleran, also on Instagram at Lacey Gilleran, where I talk about Star Wars, show some of my collection. I just got a new Rey figure. We got a new Kylo figure yesterday. I honestly, guys, come on. He's got to be redeemed. What is the point?
Interesting. Something to think about. Something
Why
also
are
to
we
think
here?
about.
Why are we here if he doesn't get redeemed? What is the point? Why am I here?
Is James potentially doing some Photoshop work, putting Sith eyes onto Kylo Ren pictures for us?
No, I'm just thinking about Lacey's last day of the podcast will be December 2019.
Yep.
I just
that'll be it.
quit. I'm out.
Yeah.
Lacey vanishes.
What's the point?
She
What's the
vanishes
point?
under
Why
a
are we
Jedi
here?
robe, and she's just gone.
Why are we here?
All right, guys, and one more special thank you. We want to thank our first and currently only general on our Patreon, Thomas. Thank you so much for your
Thanks,
support in the
Thomas.
Tier 5. You and all of our patrons are helping us do a lot of great things in addition to our podcast episodes, but especially thank you to you, sir. Thank you so much, Thomas. And thank you, all of you, for listening to the podcast. We hope you enjoy your weekends. We hope you enjoyed our discussion. Again, in the comments, don't forget, put when you think, what date exactly, when you think the title of Episode 9 will be revealed, and you'll be entered to win something, and we'll figure it out. Probably something cool, a good, nice little package to get out to you guys if you get it right. And if 2 of you get it right, you have to lightsaber fight to the death. So that's the caveat there. We hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you Monday with another episode of the Resistance Broadcast. See you around, kids.